I didn't know what to expect when I first signed up or when I first got the invitation to join the Bounce Back Summit, but I really enjoyed it.
Quite interesting, right, in the new world of it all being done virtually. So yeah, it was a very good session given the context and the environment we're working in.
It was truly a journey, if I were to kind of explain it, because I think at the beginning we're trying to understand, okay, what is this? It's a set of speakers that were here, but what are, like, each week changes the topic. So what is kind of like the one thing that's going to link all of this together?
So it's very enjoyable, and for me personally, it's also very beneficial because especially it's coming during this time where we have so many, because of the pandemic, situations very hectic, and people are get used to the new way of working and so on and so forth. But having this bounce back session is actually really balancing me out.
I find it is pretty good that is helping me to come out from the shell I have been hiding in. Yeah, it's really helping me a lot.
So far, I have a very good experience with it. I mean, I like almost all the sessions from those main speakers.
It's fantastic. I know my experience, like, looking at the people who are, or all the speaker, share their experience. At the stage they are very successful, at the stage of they are sharing their experience, but they have been a normal human being like us, who went through a lot of painful moments, who went through a lot of disappointment moment in their life, and that experience, they choose to bounce back.
I think as weeks went on and you kind of had different speakers come in and talk about different experiences, whether it was on leadership, whether it was on overcoming some specific obstacles, it did become very clear that it is a mindset change in terms of how can you, one, take control of whether it is your career, your life, and improve upon basis on your strengths, and also understanding what are those gaps or what are those areas where you want to still make a change, and owning that responsibility of making that change.
Sharing their experience, sharing their moment, sharing their painful moment, and sharing their successful life, and being they can speak, genuinely from their experience, from their heart, and they share the knowledge, to people like us. Definitely, I would say that it's giving me a lot of benefit, and to bring back home, each sessions that I watch after the live or during the live. I would say it's a blessing, a lot of things that I learned, a lot of knowledge I learned.
Actually, it's really benefit me from the angle I see things, and then it's really helping me to improve my own leadership management, to the next level. Yep.
It's not just the speaker or the things that we talked about, but also just connecting with other people. I think that was a really big part of the experience. It's just talking to other people during the coaching session and getting to know that you are not alone in the whole process, because a lot of people, the questions that were asked were similar to the ones that I'm experiencing. So it felt like, you're in the community of with other people, so you don't feel alone in all the things that you are facing in your life.
I think the key thing is never stop learning, right? And always bounce back, right? I think the summit theme was very key. So never stop learning, bounce back, and it just helps you become a better individual and a better leader, which is very important in the context of the world we live in.
I really enjoyed having the multiple sessions week on week, and I think particularly that opportunity that was there on the coaching sessions to listen to others who were on the same journey and see, okay, I think we're all having the exact same challenges or the exact same questions, so it is normal to feel this way, and it's just a matter of keeping with the program or taking it one day at a time and say, okay, I will show up today and I will understand and I will make this better, and then the next day, even if it's a little bit harder, you can kind of continue. because you see that everyone else goes through that same journey. So I think it was a really, really great experience.
It's more than just you coming up with a goal or a habit that you want to do, but also trying to understand the reason behind why you want to achieve certain things. So the motivation behind a goal, so that and how that will actually help you to actually find a way to push yourself forward instead of just doing it for the sake of, oh, everybody is putting this goal, so I want to do the same thing. But trying to really understand why do you want to do it yourself. So that was really insightful. And then the second one is just, I think, understanding yourself and how, if you really understand yourself and know your strengths, your weaknesses and everything, and how that can help you in the future. So it's not just thinking about what you can do, or like when you look at other people, we tend to compare a lot with other people. But then this whole summit, a lot of the things that we've talked about is really understanding who you are and what your values are, and just focusing on channeling your potential, channeling your energy to actually achieve your goal without comparing yourself to other people.
I love Justin's energy. I still remember, that I came back. I still remember I came back from my gym, rushed to my house, and he was standing. He can see that we are so tired or something. He asks us to stand and shake our body. And what I learned from his also, like, being consistent, be measurable. Whatever actions you do,
is a reflection of what is important for us, because everybody would not have the same challenges and everybody would not have the same limit. And this whole session that I have is actually making me more aware of what I need or what the stage that I'm in, and be able to, either contemplate to it and decide what action that I need to take.
I said I'm lazy, but he said that I'm not lazy, just not motivated enough.
Obviously, I've started using the sort of tracker, personal tracker, and some of the goal setting. So I think that's something I've done subconsciously in the past, but sort of made it more of a habit. I've also connected with a few, like-minded people on the program from the same organization that I'm a part of. And also, I think it's made me step back and reflect on some of the things I wanted to personally, So I think, that way it's been, good reflection.
I think one of the messages for me that I kind of got from the overall experience is you have to show up for yourself first, and then you can show up for others. So I think that has become a consistent reminder of okay, what have you done today? Have you said, like, if you're gonna set 30 minutes to, read something to develop your career, or move and exercise or something, like, at least make sure that you have that constant reminder and that you're making yourself accountable. So I think one thing to me, I'm trying to show up for even what I want to do in my journey.
On my daily life here, because I'm a mother of two, my son is 13 years old and my daughter is 10 years old. I think I'm very lucky that I have this now, because I can start sharing that to them even at a very early age.
I think I get the point how to set goal, the way they teach us how to set the SMART goal. It's like a more specific, need a timeline. Now I'm applying that.
A lot of leadership stories, the best stories were storytelling stories where you've got live examples, right? So, sometimes the best leadership conversations are telling stories about true life events, about personality. So that really stood out.
Try to really think about what you want to do in life instead of trying to focus on doing things that would please other people, because I think especially in Malaysia or like in Asia, we have this tendency that we try to do things because we are expected to do certain things.
I think Roshan and team have done a very good job in pulling this together.
I genuinely can say that this is a very enjoyable experience and very, very beneficial for me.
If we have it a second time in
that would be fun.
Yeah,
if you guys have it, I will sign up for it.